Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Dave Lee from Dave Lee's English, and today we're talking music, movies, and TV. We've been going through Pronuncia Plus. This is really the second to last day of the official course, and if you've been with us the whole way through, you've learned how to pronounce every sound in the English language. You've learned a lot about emphasis of words in a sentence, the intonation in the words themselves, reduction, which is very important, and linking, which reduction and linking and intonation don't really get much emphasis in a lot of schools. And of course, if you're learning from a book, you can't really tell anyway. So this is really what makes a native speaker sound like a native speaker. And this is what will help you understand them and what will help you be able to communicate better with them. So please give a like, share, turn on the subscriptions, or subscribe and then turn on the notifications, and let's get into today's lesson. So I'm breaking it down just word for word. My favorite, and by the way, this favorite, as we'll see, is often reduced to two syllables, favorite. My favorite kind of music is classic rock, but I like many other genres as well. My favorite, again, movies are Avengers Endgame, The Princess Bride, and Casablanca, or Casablanca. It gets pronounced different ways. And my wife kind of laughed when I said The Princess Bride. So that sounds pretty random, I know. I don't really watch that much TV anymore, but I used to be a news junkie and a die-hard New Orleans Saints fan. Okay, that's a lot to take in, but we're going to break it down and help you explain what kind of movies you like, what your favorite TV shows are, and things like that. So let's get into it. My favorite, like I said, it's really three syllables, favorite, but a lot of times people take out the middle syllable and it just sounds like favorite. So my favorite kind of, and this almost always gets reduced, and we're linking kind to of. So my favorite kind of music. My favorite kind of music is, and notice how just like kind linked to of, the C from music links to is. So you can say music is. Then when you say it at normal speed, music is. My favorite kind of music is classic rock. So that's kind of my favorite kind of music. I don't know, what's your favorite kind of music? Is it Brazilian pop music? Is it sertaneja? Is it rock? Is it classical? There's so many different genres, different kinds of music. But this is where you fill in the blank right here. Fill in the blank with your favorite kind of music. And really, I encourage you to write this sentence out. My favorite kind of music is, and practice saying just like I'm saying it. My favorite kind of music is, my favorite kind of music is, and then fill in the blank. But I, and the T from the word but connects to I, and when T is between two vowels, it often gets reduced to that R sound in janeiro. So, but I like many other genres as well. So, but I like, don't pronounce the E, many, and the vowel Y at the end of the word produces the consonant Y when it's next to a word that starts with a vowel. So if you hear yourself say many other, don't worry, that's fine. Many other genres or kinds as well. Genre is just a little bit fancier word. Describes types of music, types of books. So many other genres as well. And the S from genres connects to the word as. So you can say genre, zaz. Genre, zaz. And when you say it at normal speed, genres as well. Genres as well. So let me repeat this whole sentence. My favorite kind of music is classic rock, but I like many other genres as well. My favorite kind of music is classic rock, but I like many other genres as well. Okay. And by the way, you can fill in this blank. If you like more than one kind of music, say classical is your favorite, but you also like jazz, you can say, my favorite kind of music is classical, but I like jazz as well. Just like that. And my favorite movies are, and notice how the S from movies jumps over to the word are. My favorite movies are, and then the R from the word are kind of jumps over to the word Avengers. Are Avengers, Endgame. Now, two things. My connection between the word are and Avengers, I put a dash line. Why is that? Because here I'm listing several things, and if you're starting a list, there may be a brief pause after the word are, and if there's a pause, they don't link, they don't connect. Same thing here. Avengers Endgame, you're really not supposed to connect across punctuation, and there is punctuation. The name of the movie is really Avengers Endgame. But, you know, people speaking normal speed, they may just say Avengers Endgame. And that, if they do that, it sounds like Avenger Endgame. Avenger Endgame. Avengers Endgame. And notice the letter D gets no respect here. It's like the T. It gets reduced. It gets eliminated a lot. So instead of end game, it sounds like end game. End game. Avengers Endgame. The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride. And Casablanca. Casablanca. So, what are your favorite movies? You know, you could say, my favorite movie is, if there's only one, my favorite movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know. My favorite movie is The Grinch. I'm sorry, I've got Christmas movies on my mind. My wife is cheering because she loves The Grinch, especially the one back about 20 years ago. But anyway, it's a good movie, by the way. My favorite movies are Avengers Endgame, The Princess Bride, and Casablanca. And in my case, because they are very different types of movies, I'll say, that sounds pretty random, I know. Okay, so that sounds pretty random, I know. So if you say something, say you list a bunch of horror movies as your favorite movies, you could say, that sounds pretty scary, I know. Or that sounds really scary, I know. Or if you list a bunch of romantic movies, you know, that sounds really sappy, I know. You know, if you're overly romantic, it's called sappy. So that sounds really sappy, I know. So you can, if you want to, you can add this little sentence I put in parentheses, and you say, that sounds blank, and you can say, I know. Showing that you realize what you have just said sounds a little strange, or a little sappy, or a little whatever the word may be. Okay, now, I don't really watch that much TV anymore. I don't really watch that much TV anymore. Not a whole lot of reduction going on right there. And here's remember this, but you have the same thing here. But I used to be, I was, Kostamava, say, I used to be a news junkie. Okay, so we have used to be, a very useful phrase, is saying something that happened in the past that was common in the past, but it's no longer true. I used to be, to gets reduced to ta. I used to be a gets reduced to I used to be a news junkie. And remember, the word and is almost always reduced. I think the last sentence of the dialogue yesterday, I had the word and twice. It was really reduced twice. When I spoke it, I reduced it, but I didn't really mark it. So you might want to go back and laugh at my mistake there. But look at this. Here the word and is not reduced. Why is that? Because it's really emphasized. I used to be a news junkie and a diehard New Orleans Saints fan. Okay, what's a diehard fan? Diehard fan. A fan is a fan. Somebody who really likes a particular sports team, or or a celebrity or something like that. So, diehard fan. Diehard New Orleans Saints fan. Woohoo, go Saints. First of all, New Orleans is a city I grew up close to. But this word gets pronounced so many different ways. I think if you look in the dictionary, it will say New Orleans. New Orleans. And I usually say it like that. A lot of people say New Orleans. So I put the emphasis on or, but some people put it on leans. And if you ask somebody from New Orleans how they say the name of their city, they may just say Nolans. Nolans. Yeah, like what? What in the world? That's kind of a Creole dialect, a very specific accent from South Louisiana. By the way, great food in New Orleans. If you ever get a chance to go, you'll eat a lot. Okay, so diehard New Orleans Saints fan. And again, New Orleans ends with the letter S. Saints begins with the letter S. So they kind of join up. You could almost say you eliminate one of the S's. New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints. New Orleans Saints. So, I used to be a news junkie and a diehard New Orleans Saints fan. So, what about you? Is there anything that you used to be that you're not anymore? Or you used to enjoy that you really don't do anymore? I didn't underline anything here, but if you want to, you can add some more information about yourself. Like you could say, I used to watch basketball, but now I watch volleyball. I used to be a volleyball fan, but now I only watch soccer. You know, whatever it is. So let's get into the whole thing here. My favorite kind of music is classic rock, but I like many other genres as well. My favorite movies are Avengers Endgame, The Princess Bride, and Casablanca. That sounds pretty random, I know. I don't really watch that much TV anymore, but I used to be a news junkie and a die-hard New Orleans Saints fan. So, one thing I forgot to mention, news junkie, someone who really likes to watch news, watches too much of it, viciado, you could say. A junkie is somebody who's addicted to something. So, news junkie. But that's how all this is. You can fill in the blanks and you can adjust some things to make it fit your own personal situation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching. Until next time, God bless you, and we'll see you again.